by the power of Grayskull.
I made a funny.
That's a big twinkie.
Welcome everybody to the first episode, the very first episode of the Cereal Box Prize podcast. The podcast where we serve you 3 scoops of pop culture. And I guess that noise we heard in the background was a fan driving by. I'm your host, Steve Garcia, and I got my co-host, my 2 best buds over here, all the way from the Big Apple, New York City, Ariel/30. 30, how's it going?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
Word.
Hanging out.
Nice. And all the way from sunny Florida, the one and only Peyote, a.k.a. Pete. Pete, what's going on over there, man?
Chilling, man. Surviving.
Oh, man, that's what's up, man. So, yeah, man, so I don't know about you guys, but, like, how's this whole, like, you know, the world is in a crazy state. The world is coming to an end. You know, I'm just waiting for aliens to come and attack us and just, like, destroy everything. But, I mean, like, how do you guys been dealing with this whole, like, craziness that's going on right now? Like, I don't know, like, I mean, here in Mass, you know, we still got the mask stuff going on, and, you know, restaurants are starting to open up and people can go outside and eat. And well, I think we're like in phase 3 here in Mass, but like 30, how about you? How's New York over there, man?
We're still in phase 1.1.23456. Like one day the governor will be like, oh, we don't know, we're gonna go to phase 2, and then the next day is like, we might go to phase 2 next week. So you know, people just walking around like nothing ever happened. Restaurants are opening up. They're not really like opening up. They're just like hanging out. People just hanging out in front of the restaurants now, just drinking. And now like a lot of restaurants are like they're about to get fined like $25,000 or some shit like that, just because the restaurant's supposed to not have people in front of it. But restaurants don't really care. Like, you know, people are coming drinking, hanging out in front of restaurants. So people nowadays are just hanging out. Like, you know, the world just ended and just restarted again, and people don't give a shit. So, you know. Yo, and then, you want to hear something funny? So people are so irritated that people start breaking into the parks because the parks are closed. Like, kids' parks, they're breaking into the parks and breaking the padlocks on them. And these are parents, not like grown-ass, tough-ass kids off the block or like...
Come on, kids, we're going to play basketball. But, Daddy, the park is closed. Come on, everybody, grab a sledgehammer.
No, it's not. We're going to get in that park. We're going to play basketball. They're going to fuck you, too. Like, fuck you, man. We don't care. I didn't vote for you anyway. Right? Like, that type of shit. They're breaking in. Like, parents are like, yo, like, it's mad funny. Like, when you see parents doing illegal shit, that shit is more funnier than, like, seeing, like, a 15-year-old breaking a gate. It's hilarious.
Oh man, that's hilarious, man. Parents breaking into parks. That's when you know it's gotten to that level where like a padlock is blocking your son from playing basketball, and you just got a jimmy and just break it open so they can play, man.
It's like a bunch of soccer moms getting together and shit. Like a gang of soccer moms getting together. Like, yo, we're gonna break into this field and we're gonna let our kids play. Fuck you, mayor. And then like next thing you know, shit, it's a war and shit on the streets. Soccer mom versus police.
A bunch of minivans running around.
with car seats. With kid car seats in the back. Yo, what was the name of those water guns? With water guns?
Super soakers?
Yeah, it was super soakers.
Yeah, but not the small one. The one that was like a backpack.
Yeah,
it
with
looked
the
like it looked like the Predator freaking Arnold gun.
Yeah.
Oh, the one that does like 100 pumps?
Yo,
Yo,
like,
Pete, man. So how about you, man? How's Florida treating you over there, man?
People are still on strike and looting. Streets are crazy. Everybody's outside hanging out at gas stations, desperate looking for chicks.
Yo, 30, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the funny thing about like this whole world coming to an end pretty much is that I was watching news footage of the looting, and it's funny because you see dudes running out with like TV screens, and some dude in New York had some Jordans fresh off the store, just running down the street with it. Same thing in Miami, man. Like 30, like what was going on over there? Like I know that, like, was it Union Square or like 16th Street or something? Like people were just like looting all the stores.
Problem is, in the beginning, they were looting like Soho area, which is like there's a lot of rich stores like Gucci and all these other stores. Like that shit was like strategically done. They would just smash and grab. Like in New York, we call it smash and grab. Like another term is called like the Minuteman rush. Like you rush inside the store and just smash everything, just walk out. So that's what like our young kids were doing it. Not looter, not like protesters, just like people taking advantage of what was going on. Because those neighborhoods, the cops don't really patrol those neighborhoods. Like it's just dead. It's like out there, like off of Broadway, where like what's that name of that club on Bleecker? We used to go out all the time.
Sapphire?
Yeah, like Sapphire and Sapphire and there's all the other places. So like that's with the Soho and those art galleries are, so it's dead, right? So they just took advantage, and then like a couple more days later, it just started getting worse. Like people started to figure out, oh, let's go to this store and smash this store. Oh, let's go to this store and break into this store. And people just start smashing stores, and everybody's like, well, they got insurance anyway, fuck them, right? But the thing that got worse was that they started going to like other neighborhoods, like in Bronx and Brooklyn, which people like actually own small businesses, so it starts destroying the small businesses. That's when the shit really started hitting the fan, and like
That's crazy.
and there was a lot of crazy protests. The craziest protests, like people were just going up to big box stores and just breaking right through the front window, running right in, grabbing shit like big ass screen TVs, everything in the front. You know how like you walk into Best Buy and everything's right there in the front, people just grabbing shit, running out.
I'll tell
running
you
out
one
the store.
I'll tell you one thing, man. Like they're lucky that the PlayStation 5 isn't out right now, because man, if the PlayStation 5 was out right now, and I mean GameStop is going out of business. I mean they've been going out of business now for a while, just because a lot of people right now, like they really don't need GameStop. You can order everything off Amazon. But if the PS5 was out, oh my God, the looting will be insane. Sony will be losing so much money right now.
Yo, the funniest, I told the story to P. Yo, this is shit. I still can't find this. I still cannot find this, right? So like I think it was like 23rd Street or another Best Buy. Yo, people ran into Best Buy, smashed right into the windows, broke everything down. Mad people running in, right? Running out with cameras, running out with TVs, big box TVs, right? Then the cops come and they run into the store and people are running out. So when the cops run in, they're just trying to like catch people and hit people. But the problem is cops got like a lot of gear on, so they can't catch people, right? So there's one dude, he runs out with a camera.
They can only move like RoboCop.
Yeah, they only can move like Robobox, right? So this one dude runs out with a TV. He runs out like a linebacker, like straight right through this bunch of cops, and he busts a left. And like I guess whatever was going on in front of him, he decided to turn around and run right back to the cops. So like he just ran right through the cops like a hamburger gang.
What is
couldn't catch him? That shit was funny.
That sounds like a Police Academy sketch, man.
It actually was a Police Academy sketch. Yo, remember that? When was it, like past Police Academy 3 or 4, when they were like when they had the riot in the city and they had to send all the academy students in?
Citizens on Patrol.
Yeah, Citizens on Patrol one. That's what it was. It was a Citizens on Patrol sketch. And the cops could not catch these people. But it was funny because the dude ran right through them. And he did it twice. And it was funny because the cop was trying to catch him. The lieutenant was trying to catch him and he couldn't do it. Because he had his gear on. It was
why? You know why that they can run right through the cops? Because it was that one lady cop from Police Academy with the soft voice, like, "Excuse me, guys.
Oh,
Can you please put everything back? Man, get out of my fucking way, cop. Please, can you put it down? I said, get out of my fucking way. I said, move now, dirtbag.
Mahoney.
Yo, 30. I mean, Pete, what about you, man? How's over there with like Florida? I know you guys had some looting going on over there.
Yo, they ended up raiding a Amazon truck. They literally stopped it. Truck driver couldn't do nothing. They ripped it open, and it looked like that one scene, maybe from Antique Roadshow or like Miracle on 34th Street. They were just throwing gifts. You get a gift. You get a gift. And you get a gift. And you get a gift. And they just emptied out a whole semi truck of Amazon products. Just destroyed it. And then the protesters are there protesting, but all the hipsters they're outside. They're like, we want justice. We want justice. Until they get pepper sprayed. Then they're like, oh, this isn't justice. We weren't ready to go to jail. Yeah, so they changed their tune once they started going to jail and start getting pepper sprayed and pushed. But they had a protest, like I think last week, and the cops were riding slow in downtown Miami. So one skateboarder thought it was nice to take his wheels to the window of a DT truck. That officer came out ready. He came out like level 5-star cop on GTA. He literally was just he was bucking like a bull, ready to take out whoever. He was like, "Come on, you." They literally man, they took that dude down, and then some woman got like ninja chopped and tripped over. It was man, yo.
Yo,
you know
I
what?
saw that video, bro.
You know that old song talking about the revolution will not be televised? The revolution is televised through Instagram now. 8 different angles.
Yo,
Everybody
I saw that video. And that shit was fucking hilarious. Because the dude was like, yeah, I'll take you down. I'll take you down. And it's like, oh, fuck you, cop. What are you going to do about it, right? He said, yo, I'll take you down. But, yo, the way he took, I don't know if you saw he took down that fat dude down. He put him in a freaking Gracie Jiu-Jitsu,
Yep.
like,
He locked
grip.
him
He
up.
just put him, he locked him up, and he couldn't even get up. The dude was like, He had him down on the floor. That was hilarious.
Wait, you know the best thing? No one cared because the Michelle Rodriguez looking cop. The two hot.
Oh, goddamn. Yo, in the comments on Instagram on that Lifestyle Miami blog was like, oh, that's fucked up. By the way, she's hot and she's hot too. Are they single? Some other guy in a comment. Oh, I know who that cop is. I met her. She's a real nice lady. Shut the fuck up. Is she hot or not? Like, is she single? We want to know. Right? I was like, that's no shit.
You know what's crazy, Matt, is that I feel bad for that truck driver that they ambushed, because can you imagine his day? Like, he just woke up in the morning like, baby, I got your eggs ready. Oh, thank you, hon. I'll be back home like around 6 o'clock, right? He's just doing his regular tour, like, do. Then all of a sudden you see like a whole mob of people surround the truck like, hey, man, what the fuck? Come on, man, push it over.
Man.
It's like a sea of zombies. Just like...
Yeah, it's funny too because that video with those 2 cops, right? There's one guy, he puts a camera in the cop's face, the female officer in the face, right? And she goes, get the camera out of my face. Get the camera out of my face, right? Then she takes her knife skate and she smacks the camera out of that dude's hand, right? And everybody in the comments like, if everybody in the comment box is like, yo, if somebody put a camera in my face that many times, I would have smacked that shit out of her hand. His hands too. That shit was hilarious. I gave it up to those cops, because that shit was straight up like stress. Like, that girl was about to drop kick that dude, and she held her composure and everything, That shit was fucking crazy.
Yeah, she also held that baton. Anybody got close would have got it right in the head.
Yeah. Yo, that dude's cell phone just like, you never seen never seen like somebody just throw a kite, like just straight. That's how she smacked. Like, she just smacked it out of his hand, like snap, and it just flew like right out of his hand. And like, I know that dude felt like an idiot. Like, it's my cell phone. You heard it in the background too, P. You didn't hear it? Yo, that's my cell phone.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like I said, I'm too busy cracking. You know what? The cop who was ready to take people down, that other black officer, he looked like any epic movie that they're about to have, like that final game for football, where he's like, come on. He was so hyped.
He looked like Terry Crews in that movie with Adam Sandler when he was a football. Was he playing that football movie with Adam Sandler?
Oh,
The water boy.
Yeah, the water boy.
The
Remember,
water
like,
boy. Yeah.
I mean, he used to play football,
look,
but yeah, he
look.
looked just like him. He's like, come on, I'll
Yo,
take you
this
down."
man was so hype. He looked like he could pass WWF Tough Enough. Like that would have been his final move.
Yeah. Yeah, he was about to body everybody. Like, yo, like
It's
the way
crazy. That video has been shown around like so many times around social media. And like when I saw the video at first, my friend's like, "Yo, Steve, you gotta look at this video right now." I'm like, "Come on, man! I've seen so many videos." He's like, "Nah, nah, nah, nah. You gotta see this video though. This cop when he comes out ready to take on the world." So I'm watching the video, and some dude jumps in front of like the windshield of the car as it's running,
it's game.
and yo, you see this black officer come out like a straight pit bull, ready to take everybody down. He's like, come on,
You know,
I want
you know
you.
something?
Come on, brother. What are you gonna do when the Hulkster comes for you?
You know what?
That's what
They
he
should
did.
they should download the video, put some like orange drops on them, and put Gatorade on him. It's in the game. Yo, he could be in everything. EA Sports.
Yo, but like speaking about like, the end of the world and like I don't even know when things are gonna get better, but today's topic on the first episode of Cereal Box Prize is since the world is coming to an end and if the world was coming to an end and was supposed to explode with everything going on, what 4 items would we leave behind in a time capsule so that people can remember us or they can remember what we had? So, I'm going to start it off for me. I wrote down 4 items that I would leave, in my time capsule, and hopefully people would enjoy it, and maybe they will, maybe they won't. But, I'm a hip hop head, and one CD or cassette that I would leave is Wu-Tang Clan's Enter the 36 Chambers. For me, I will have to put that in a time capsule because that album, oh my God. First of all, I was like in like 6th grade when I first heard that album, and they were like, Method Man, the RZA, the Jizza, Ghostface Killer. And I'm trying to write everybody's names down. And I'm like, God damn, there's like 35 dudes in this crew, and I don't even know who it is, man. So like the rhymes were gritty, everything was grimy. So for me, I will have to leave that album because that album, when I first listened to it in the 6th grade, man, like that really introduced me to that raw underground, bring the ruckus, Method Man, Raekwon the Chef, everybody, man. So my first item in my time capsule will be Wu-Tang's Clan, Enter the 36 Chambers. I don't know about you, 30. I don't know. What would you leave for your first item in that time capsule?
Let me think about that. Well, for an album, I would say like the rapper OC. What's the album? What was it? The Times Up album, I think it was.
Oh, that's a good album.
Yeah, it's Oh, excuse me. The world. No. World Life. Times Up is a song. Word Life. That's the name of the album. I think it was like '94.
That's a dope album. That's dope, man. What about you, Pete? Like, what would you leave, man?
Well, I gotta change it up. I gotta be mad annoying. So the first thing I would leave be a nice game of Simon Says.
You mean the actual Simon? The actual Simon game?
Yep.
Oh my God! Wait, how does the Simon game go again? Like, was it like red, blue, green,
Yeah, that's what it was.
red,
Mhm.
yellow, green? Like, you have to like keep hitting it. Oh my
I remember
God!
playing. I remember playing that game in like summer camp in YMCA in Brooklyn. Oh my God, that game was annoying.
Can you imagine the person that opens up Pete's time capsule and they put that in their hand? They're like, what's this, Simon? And then they hit the green color and it's like green, red, hit. And they're just like, they start having like an aneurysm or something.
Either society is going to be advanced to where they can master it, or they're going to be archaic where they'll get pissed off and start having introductions into violence.
Pete,
They like start our world all over again. Push the
just
red button.
Pete just introduced violence to the new world because of a Simon game.
Green means violence.
Oh
Red
my
means
God.
stop.
All right. So for my second item in my time capsule, And I have to put this in here because when I was about 10, 11 years old, this video game and this video game console changed my life and it introduced me to gaming. And it actually brought back the gaming world if it wasn't for this console, because back in the days, people did not want to play video games. People did not want to trust Atari. People weren't buying video game consoles anymore if it wasn't for this, because they actually hit the game console as an entertainment console, not as a video game console, but entertainment console. And that is the Nintendo Entertainment Systems game, Super Mario Brothers on Nintendo. I would leave that behind in my time capsule because that's something that brought back so many memories. And also, I would love people to know about 8-bit system and about video games and how we got along. And hopefully I won't turn people into addicts. I mean, I could just imagine whoever finds hey man, what is this? Nintendo Entertainment System. We need to find a system. And then when they put it on, they're playing for like 16 hours straight, man. And nobody's planting plants or harvesting for the new world. Everybody's either hooked on Nintendo or hooked on Simon. So, what about you, 30? What would be your second item?
I think it would be like the thing that grew up in my childhood because I was always bored. NBA Jams, but like the whole arcade game.
Wow.
Stick the whole arcade game inside the box, like that. Because I basically spent like 93, 94, what was that, 95? I think like an arcade room.
Boom shakalaka.
Oh my God, he's on fire.
That would be cool. Because that game had like everybody knew about that game. Like everybody played the secret codes, all that shit. So
yeah.
Yo, you know what's dope about that game? I remember like my first time walking into the arcade, and around that time, Mortal Kombat came out. I think it was like 91 or 92. I think 92. Mortal Kombat first came out. It was Mortal Kombat Street Fighter, and I remember playing NBA Jams, putting in a quarter, and some kid's like, "Hey man, can I play with you?" I was like, "Yeah man, go ahead." He puts in a quarter, and I didn't know about the game. I'm just playing. This kid is like, I'm like, oh my God, he's all the way in the half court, does some button combination, turns on fire, does like a Blanca freaking 360 in the air. All I hear is boom shakalaka. I'm like, what in the world just happened? This man turned into a raisin fireball and just like dunked it from like half court on me. I'm over there looking like a little kid, like, what the hell just happened to me right now? But 30, you're gonna need a big ass box to fit that whole arcade system, man.
we'll figure that out.
Dick Vitale. I remember good old Dick Vitale in that game. Pete, what about you, man? What will be your second item?
Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna go back to the science days. I'm gonna leave one of these bad boys right here.
A Slinky. So all right. So Pete's all right. I just gotta say something. Pete's Time Capsule. First, 30 has OG, the album. I have Wu-Tang Clan's album. 30 has the NBA Jams, and I have Super Mario Brothers. But Pete's Time Capsule is the Simon and a Slinky. These people are just, their minds are just gonna go crazy, man.
They're gonna think we played with sticks.
A Slinky and a freaking Simon Says for Pete's Time Capsule. Man, I hope I'm not the person that finds that, man, because oh my God. People's brains are going to be blown. So that's good, man. All right, so I'm going to go with my number 3 for my time capsule will be a comic book. And for my comic book, I'm going to have to leave Batman's first issue, man, because, if the new world is starting over, they're going to have to look onto a superhero and onto some hero. And, I could leave Superman, and Superman has every power. And, the thing about Superman is like, like he can kind of be like kind of boring because he has every freaking power and a freaking green rock stops him. So I would love people to know that, hey man, here's a guy. He dresses up like a bat, but he's a normal guy that trained in martial arts, 28 different martial arts, and created his own weaponry. And I feel like it's more world practical than a man that has every power. So I'm going to have to go with Batman, the first issue. And leave it for the new world because they're gonna have to look upon a superhero, and why not leave Batman? They can be inspired by somebody. So that's gonna have to be my third time capsule thing. What about you, 30? What would be for you?
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with a movie.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So one of the most iconic movies ever made, Airplane.
Wow.
Wow. No. Wow, man. Yo, hands up to Mel Brooks, man, because Mel Brooks
True
did.
comedy legend.
Oh my God, Mel Brooks did Airplane, Airplane Two, Robin Hood Men in Tights. What was the cowboy movie? Blazing Saddles.
Yeah,
Uh,
that movie was crazy
What
stupid.
about the one where he went to the mountains like Moses?
Oh
Oh,
yeah. What's the name of
History.
that? History of the
history.
World or
Yeah.
something. And Mel Brooks worked on The Simpsons, man. I think Mel Brooks was
Yep.
executive producer on The Simpsons too. So like, man, yo, the funniest part of Airplane, right, that I remember was there's a scene where everybody's on the plane, right, and everybody's in the air, and all of a sudden you hear, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're having a bit of problem on the plane. We lost our first engine." Then you see the camera zoom. Everybody's still like mad calm. Ladies and gentlemen, we also lost our second engine. Everybody's still calm. And then the third thing you hear is like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we are out of coffee." Oh my God, what? There's no coffee. Everybody's going
yo,
nuts.
yo, that would be me. If somebody
Yo,
told me shit, I was out of coffee on an airplane, I would get mad pissed.
oh my God. And I think there was another part where like the camera's like panning to like all the people that are on the plane, and then all you see is a guy with a horse sitting next to it. I'm just like, where did this horse come from, man? Like,
God.
oh my God. 30, that's a good pick, man. That's a good movie, Airplane,
Yo,
man.
Airplane 1 and 2, classic. Like,
Look,
hands down, pure comedy. I mean, they would call it, what they would call it, like sketch comedy type of shit. I
Yeah.
mean, they would call it like sketch comedy type of
Parody. Like a parody movie.
right?
Like
Parody.
the Naked Gun.
oh yeah.
Oh, Naked Gun.
Hot
Oh,
Shots part
hot,
2.
Part
hot.
2.
Those are the movies that like those movies right there made my day. Even though like they were already done by because even though I was young, they were done way before. But it was just a fact that like those movies made my day when I was a little kid because that was funny because TV sucked. TV
Yeah.
sucked. Like back in the day, like like a lot of you like when we were little, I think we were forced to watch television because there was nothing else to
Oh
watch.
God.
Like, so we had to watch all the bad fucking TV shows.
Fucking
But yo, those
Columbo.
movies, yeah, Columbo, I hate that fucking. But yo, those
Columbo, the commish.
Kamish, all
Cannonball.
those. Oh, I don't know. Cannibal was a movie.
No, no, the fat cop. It was like with
Oh,
Ironside,
yeah,
Ha-
yeah, Cannibal. That's,
Hawaii Five O. They all played next to each other.
yeah, yo,
I,
TV's like for me,
it's bad,
TV was
man.
so bad. Those movies killed me, yo. Like I would go back to the video store, and like get those movies, rent them, before everything else in the world, rent it just to watch it because that shit had so much pure comedy.
You know, if you think about it, there was a bunch of like nothing but white things because you have Brady Bunch, Andy Griffin Show, Ironside, Perry Mason, Peter Falcon, Columbo, freaking the world's greatest American hero. I mean, everything was predominantly white.
Yeah, and like all those shows, like I mean, at the time the writing wasn't. I mean, I
Yeah.
thought the writing wasn't really that good. Like the Bionic. I mean, all those shows were
Oh,
already gone. We were watching. Funny thing is that we're watching TV shows that were already done. Like there wasn't. It was only like one season or two season of show. We were watching reruns of shows. We weren't actually watching like
right.
what I remember. And all the shows like Channel 7, like what was those TV shows?
Oh my
Damn, I
God.
can't
Jeopardy.
remember. Like Jeopardy
Jeopardy.
and
Um,
the
um,
actual
Price is Right.
sitcom, like the
Oh,
sitcoms themselves. I don't know if it's for white
oh, what's his name?
sitcoms
Different
from
stroke. Three
yeah,
threes
Different
and up.
Strokes.
Takes and strokes to rule the world.
Yo, do you remember
That
Touched
was
by
it,
an
right?
Angel?
Oh my god.
Touched by an
Oh,
Angel.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my
yeah.
God.
Wait,
Touched
wait,
by Angel.
wait. Nothing beats Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, I hated
Oh
that
my
fucking
God. That
show.
show was
Oh my
so
god.
boring. I hated that show.
Yo,
That show was
the highlight of my Saturday was like you knew all the Saturday cartoons were over when they put Little House on the Prairie on. That was it. Okay, time for you to go outside.
That's
That
probably
was
when
it.
kids probably first thought about suicide.
Yeah, that's why kids like actually like that's why you have so many like baseball superstars and basketball superstars because yo, once the Candy cartoon's over, everybody's outside freaking playing basketball and baseball or some shit. Because that shit
Yo,
was
yo, Pete, what about you, man? What would be your third thing that you put on inside your time capsule? You had the Simon driving the people crazy in a slinky. So, what's your third item there, man?
Damn. I got you right now. Hold on. I'm gonna have to play it so you can hear it.
Oh man, knowing Pete, this is gonna be something. Is this gonna drive people even more crazy? Because I mean, like, it's gonna cause violence, mayhem, people
It's
trying to
gonna
figure out
it's
what.
gonna cost everybody. Wait, I'll tell you right now. You hear it? And then I'm gonna leave the red jumpsuit action figure that he first got, and I'm gonna
Is,
leave the fight where he fought the Sasquatch or Bigfoot.
is that the Bionic Man?
Yep.
Oh my god.
wasn't the Bionic Man a stunt man?
I think wasn't he like he got hurt or something, and then like they redid his body. I'm trying to remember the show. I haven't seen the show in a long
Oh, they
time. So
rebuilt him and made him stronger. He was like a military dude.
yeah, there we go. He was a military dude that they rebuilt and they made him stronger. Yeah.
But didn't he become like a stunt man later on? Like
The
that
six
was
the
his
six
side
million
job.
dollar man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of those two, right?
Well,
You know,
Steve Austin is the astronaut who is seriously injured when his spaceship crashes. Handsome and athletic Austin undergoes a government-sanctioned surgery which rebuilds several of Steve's body parts with machine parts, making him cyborg-like. When Steve recovers, his machine parts enable him to have superhuman strength and speed. Also, the superpowers. With these superpowers, Steve's go to work. Steve goes to work for the Office of Scientific Information, battling evil for the good of mankind.
you know, wait, you know what'd be hilarious? So you mean to tell me that all of this man's body parts were electronically made and enhanced, right? So could you imagine if you went on a date like, oh, Steve, I had such a great night. Oh yeah, we just go upstairs and you want to go upstairs and cap this night off even better? Oh
Not
my
even.
god.
You ready for this? Dinner was great. You want to split the bill? Sure.
Yo, Pete, do me a favor. Can you have that cue up right now? Cue that sound effect up for me. I'm gonna do something right now. All right.
I got you.
All right. All right. So wait. So she's like, "Can we go upstairs and like, I just want to lay, I just want to lay in your chest." Sure. Let's go upstairs.
Hey. She'd be like,
Oh
"I have
man, that's
I have
true.
something to
Wait. Cue it up
I'm
for me.
crying right
Got
now.
you."
Cue it up for me. Wait. They're in the bedroom like, oh Nash, you're so strong and mighty. I just never met anybody like you. And then the camera zooms to his zipper. He's just like,
Hey, hey,
Yo, I'm choking on water.
ready for this?
oh,
Hey, you know how they always had them wholesome names? Martha, are you all right? Steve, I have something to tell you. What is it? Sit down. I think I'm pregnant.
wait, Pete, cue that up. Cue that.
I got you.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Steve, I need to tell you something. 2 weeks ago when we made love, I took a test and I think that man left so fast. Yeah. Oh, I'm freaking dying here, man. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
good one, man. Yeah,
Definitely leave.
that is definitely a good one right there. Oh my God, man.
Leave the action figure and leave the volumes of the series so it gives the character meaning. They'd be like, do you know who this is? Why are you carrying around that strange little man? This is Steve Austin. You don't understand his plight.
That's ridiculous.
Oh my God, man. All right, so for me, so we're coming up to the last one, guys. So the last thing that I will leave is a movie, and a lot of people know that my favorite movie is Ghostbusters. So I'm gonna have to leave a VHS copy of Ghostbusters. And yes, I said VHS, not Blu-ray, not DVD. I said a VHS copy because man, that movie changed my life as a kid. I remember being 10 years old watching it. And at first I was like, wait, this is kind of scary. Then I saw Bill Murray and Harold Ramis and Rick Moranis and everybody. I'm like, okay, this is funny and scary at the same time. And those proton packs just had me dying. And it's funny now that I have a proton pack, which is crazy because I always wanted one as a kid. And I'm looking at it now from my room, just saying to myself, I can't believe I have one of these things. But definitely Ghostbusters for me will be my last item because I would love to introduce the world to that very, very awesome comedy movie from 1984. So what about you, 30? I know you had Airplane, but this is like your last item for your time capsule.
I think I was just like put it like toys,
Yeah.
like either GI Joe or Transformers, one of those two,
Woo!
and just throw the GI Joe in there, or or probably just throw both in there. Fuck that, just throw the GI Joe and a Transformer in there. But like, try to find like the Transformers that like the ones that like the pure metal, so they cut you,
Oh
they cut
man.
you and shit when you try to
Oh,
transform her.
oh
Mm.
man.
And then
Introduce the future to tetanus shots.
yeah, and the old GI Joes when the legs used to pop out and you used to put them shits back in. Like, damn it, how the hell I do this?
Oh, that's awesome. That is what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah,
GI
toys.
Joe, GI Joe. So it's crazy because I never like I never really got into the toy line of GI Joe because my God, man, like GI Joe, the first toy line ran from 1988, if I'm not mistaken, to like 93 or something. But
Yeah.
it's such a big toy line to collect for. Like I don't know. Pete told me, Pete, what was that story you told me that some dude like Oh no, I was telling you that I was watching a YouTube show for toy collecting because for the audience that's listening to it right now, myself and Pete were avid toy collectors. We have a huge collection, and
Avid. Avid my ass.
avid. No, well, I'm addicted to the plastic, so I have a lot of
You
retro.
probably humped your fucking toys. That's how close. How many toys you have?
Hey man, if I have to make love to them, then I have to make it. You gotta keep them happy, especially
Oh,
especially the bionic man. I gotta be careful with him. So.
that's fine, bro. Yeah.
No, but yeah, like I saw this YouTube video and this guy showing his GI Joe collection and the whole wall from his room was filled.
It's like Vietnam.
It's a Vietnam memorial of GI Joes, like everywhere, man. Oh my God, I never seen so many Joes, man. But like for Transformers, my favorite Transformer is Soundwave and Blaster. For those that don't know, Transformers Soundwave was the little
Boombox.
radio boombox that would
Mhm.
transform, and he had the little cassettes. And Blaster was the Autobot who was another boombox. So you had Soundwave who was a Decepticon, and Blaster who was an Autobot. So yeah, 30. That's a good choice right there, brother. So, Pete, what about you for your last item?
Damn. It's either be a dick and leave Stretch Armstrong that was banned because it was hurting too many children.
I'd Stretch Armstrong. Oh my God, man.
No, or damn. Oh, you know
I-
what? I know what I'm leaving. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave a tab.
Oh my 30. You know what a tab is? The soda.
Oh my god. I haven't seen that shit in years. Yo,
Wait,
what was
wait.
the other soda that everybody used to drink? Not Coca-Cola, but the one before that.
Crystal Pepsi,
Nah, the other one. It was something cola.
RC Cola. No,
RC Cola. Yeah, I was
Oh
addicted
my
to that.
god, whatever happened to RC Cola?
No,
I
they
don't
still
even.
sell that. It's still seen sold.
man, that's the first thing I seen was like 3 liters of like sugar and mayhem.
Yeah, I was addicted to that. Hardcore. That's so much sugar. It
That
was
was like
crazy.
the kids' versions of a 40.
You
Yo, it was
imagine
so
that? You imagine that? Like Billy, did you do your homework? Mom, I'm not doing shit right now. It's that damn RC Cola. That damn cola has you addicted.
Mom, I ain't doing my homework.
You
Go to
should
hell,
stop.
Mom.
You should stop drinking. You should stop drinking that cola. I'll tell you when I had enough.
I'll tell you when I had enough cola.
Could you imagine when you're going to a house party now, be like, yo, bring something, and you bring some RC Cola?
It's, the commercial, the, the commercial will be like this, like, hey man, we're having a party tonight. All right, yeah, party. Hey, who got the girls? I got the girls. Who got the chips? I got the chips. Hey man, who's bringing the cola? You see that one dude? You see that one dude just come to the door like, hey man, I got the colas right here. RC Cola. Like, man, kick the whack ass.
Everyone's face goes south.
RC
Man.
Cola. Oh my god, man. Oh, that's hilarious. So yeah, man. So everybody listening, that was our time capsule items that we would put down. And
Steve. The other thing I would add is a photo of a stripper.
oh, so that's your bonus. That's your bonus item.
Bonus photo of a stripper. Just for people to see, this is what we had at one point in life before COVID. Then another photo of a stripper with a mask on because this is after COVID.
As soon as that person sees it,
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's freaking hilarious, man. Yo, be funny though. Since 30 said that he's gonna, for a bonus item, he's gonna leave a photo of a stripper. I'm just gonna leave a black VHS cassette with no writing, no nothing on it, right? And when the person finds it, they're like, "What's this?" A black VHS cassette. Hey man, we gotta go find a VCR or the whatever item makes this work, right? And as soon as they put it in, all you hear is this playing.
what the? Wow.
Oh yeah. All you see is the person that found the tape like,
What are these two Homo sapiens doing to each other?
oh yeah, you like that candy?
Man.
Yo, Pete, hold on a second. Can you cue that Bionic Man sound effect again one more time for me?
Ready to go.
Hold on. Wow, Steven, it's just that you're so powerful. Oh yeah. I'm gonna give you all my Bionic. Oh, Steve. Oh yeah, you like that mechanical?
You like that mechanical? Stupid.
I feel like this has been the Bionic Man episode for the first. Oh,
They were trying to like redo Bionic Man. Like
Were they
an
really?
actual
Bionic
show.
woman.
Yeah, because you know how they made MacGyver,
yeah.
Hawaii Five-O, all that shit. So they were gonna do one Bionic Man. It was like actually in the works.
Oh,
Never
that's
finished.
dope.
Yeah, they threw it in and then they threw the idea out. They were trying to like, how like they revive all these shows and they last like 10 years, like Hawaii Five-O and all those shows.
Yeah.
The new season shows lasted like close to 10 years, right? So they were trying to do the same thing by Miami Man because they actually thought it would work, but they never actually went with it. I think it was like CBS or something.
Oh, that's crazy. So we're over here getting to the 44-minute mark, and it's time for that segment of Stereo Box Price that I like to call the news segment. This is the news segment where we drop you off news that's going on in pop culture and related to video games, movies, comics, toys. And man, there's been a lot of stuff happening on the news segment for the show, especially around pop culture. So the first topic that I want to bring up real quick with you guys is that the PS5 was supposed to be announced on June 4th. So Sony was supposed to have this big extravagant like showcase on June 4th, showcasing the PS5. But because of what's going on in the world with the rioting and COVID, Sony decided to, instead of doing it for June 4th, they decided to do it for June 11th. And man, the internet went crazy. People on Twitter were like, "Oh my God, Sony should not be getting into politics. Why did you guys like, instead of having it on June 4th, you're pushing it back to June 11th. We want to see the PS5." And like, I feel like people are so self-entitled nowadays. Like they want everything right away, man. Like people blew up on Twitter on Sony just because they said, "Listen, it's not a good time right now to showcase the system. There's a lot of important things going on in the world." And, you know, they decided to push it to June 11th. So, like, I don't know, like, how do you guys feel about, I don't know, social media and people being, like, so self-entitled to, like, showcase? I mean, it's a video game console. Like, it's not the
It's a
end of
bunch
the
of
world.
nerds. A bunch of nerds fucking complaining about shit that is not really that fucking important. Like you can wait a little bit longer for your fucking video games, man. Just calm down.
You know why they're itching? Because they're getting that COVID unemployment money. They're ready to spend it. I'm sure people are probably gonna eat Wendy's chicken nuggets just so they can save the money to get a PS5 or two of them and try to sell it for like a outrageous amount price.
How much is that shit going for now?
They said 749.
That's what they
Damn.
said. They said the PS5 was going to be, like, 7 something.
I can
But,
I can buy a ticket to go to fucking Europe with that fucking
Girl.
price.
I want you to drop rent money.
Man, listen, with 7 something, you know what you could do? You can go to the Bunny Ranch. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, pass that bunny.
Right? You know what it is? Like, people, want to play their video consoles, and they dying to like get that itch. You know what I'm saying? That everybody's been feeling for a while. They want to play. You know what I'm saying? We're going through like a really tragic time right now. Like everybody's locked up in the house. Not everybody, but majority of America is kind of locked up in their crib, their house. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, is a change in times. Like, you want to like you want to put your mind and your
Escape.
your energy towards other things. So, you want to sit home all day and play, GTA 5, whatever on PS5. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I feel you guys, man. So I don't know if you guys know this, but the PlayStation 5, when it comes out next year, they're gonna have two of them, two PS5. So one's gonna be digital download only, and the other system is gonna be just disc based only. So like, for me, like I'm the type of person that likes physical media. Like a lot of people like downloading things, but like I like holding that physical media in my hand, like, like seeing the art cover, seeing the disc. I don't know, like I know, like, for Sony, like this is gonna be the first time in video gaming where we're gonna see where the next 10 years or where the future of video gaming is gonna go, because you're gonna have a console that's digital download only, and then you're gonna have a console that's disc based, and we're gonna see the numbers. Like, okay, who's gonna buy more? Is it gonna be digital sells more or disc based sells more? And Sony, they're gonna find out, like, okay, if digital consoles sell more, maybe the future of video gaming is just digital, or maybe it's gonna be disc. I mean, I don't know. How do you guys?
That depends.
What?
That depends on if they change the prices. If it's going to be cheaper for you to get a digital download as opposed to them making the actual, disc itself. I like touching disc, but if you're telling me it's like $100 less, and every game's gonna cost what, $80, $90 now, because it's pushing out so many frames per second, plus probably all the actors that are out of work that they're putting in the games.
That are out of work. Hey man, we got Steven Nash on the Bionic Man to voice this act. Oh my god. What about you, 30? Like, so pretty much the question is like, would you rather have physical media than digital?
You know what? It's kind of interesting because just like with software, like creative software, like Adobe and all those things, like they just went straight cloud based, right? So every company is trying to save money some way somehow. I personally think that if they do straight digital, which they're gonna do, like if they do straight digital and it's gonna cost cheaper, I think a lot of people are gonna start like, just like like once person tries something, they're gonna go, hey, I can live with this.
Hmm. But
You
now
know,
what's
like,
gonna happen? What's gonna happen if you want to borrow a video game, you know, and then on top of that, like how you gonna let somebody borrow a game?
You have to give them the whole console. Hey man, can I borrow your game? Yeah man, let me get the wires. Hold on a second.
yeah, but
The
like
whole-
you can do it. You can do the straight digital, right? Like on like a PS4, right?
yeah, you can download digitally on PS4 too and
Yeah.
PS3 too. But the crazy thing about digital and physical is that we've seen it happen in other forms of media. For example, like the music industry. We went from buying cassettes to buying CDs, and then Napster
Napster.
came out, and like that caused a whole uproar in the music industry because they felt like, hey man, this isn't fair. You got to support the artists, and I'm all for supporting artists. And I'm not gonna lie, I also downloaded illegally music from the music industry through Napster, but like it did make life easier.
You know,
And also with movies, like, I mean, look at Netflix. Now you can download it on your phone. You can
there
download it on
was
your computer.
there was something else too before Netflix. It was called Showbox, but what
Yeah,
happened with
Showbox.
Napster? They were the first version of Uber. They made it efficient. I don't have to go to no store, wait in no line, sit here and talk to some dude that doesn't know anything about a movie. You know, you just go to the store to talk to somebody. Oh, did you see that? Oh, I like this director. Follow this movie. So now you can just read the comments on Amazon and do it all from your house. You ain't gotta go nowhere no more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, man. You
yeah,
know,
but
and,
like the difference is that now, like the difference between like the music industry and gaming is that like people automatically get paid, automatically, boom, voiceover, like the actors, the guys, who do the animation, they already automatically get paid. The company themselves are probably just trying to figure out what's the next move gonna be in the next 10 years. And like gaming consoles cost money to build, so eventually you're probably gonna go streaming anyway. Digital,
yeah,
excuse me, digital downloading, anyway.
yeah, and
It's
30.
gonna happen. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, 30. You brought up a good point. And Pete, you brought up also a good point too, where you said that like the cost of making like a cover, the cost of making the actual CD, where like we gotta understand that a lot of these video game companies are third party companies,
Hmm.
so like Sony, for example, Naughty Dog, which does like the Uncharted video
Hmm.
games, like that's a third party company that Sony goes to for video games. So like if Naughty Dog can cost from not making covers, not making the CDs, and they can
And
just do
not
it
and
digitally.
and not buying shelf space in the store. That's another thing
And
too.
yeah, and then the shelf space from the stores too. So I don't know. I think we're heading that route in the future where we're gonna see when the PS5 comes out next year. Um, we're gonna see whether it's gonna be digital, it's gonna win the war, or it's gonna be disc based. So,
You know something
but
Hey,
else too? Now you're gonna
we-
see somebody new is gonna find a way to steal things because that's what always happens, you know. But now loss prevention in the store is gonna be so tight because the games don't have to be behind a glass anymore. No special casing, no special anything. You just watch the trailer on your phone and download it right there if you want it or not.
it's funny too because
yeah,
like I was with Rue, and like going to the store, which is one of my homeboys. He's a hardcore gamer, and like the excitement of going inside a gaming store and purchasing something, you can see in a person's face like yes, it's like buying a new toy, but like just like everything else in the world, you get used to it. Like, hey, I gotta digitally download something now. Fuck it, I'm gonna digitally download it now. Like people get used to stuff. You just after a while you just get used to it. Like like, oh, I don't got to go to the store because all the stores are closing down. Like GameStop ran out of
Mm-hmm.
business, right? So imagine, like, the only it's probably gonna be like independent stores selling stuff. Then they got to figure out what's going on. It happens all the time. It doesn't matter what industry it is.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, 30, but you brought up a really good point where it's like going into a store and buying something physically and just having that expression on your face like wow, I'm holding this in my hand and like bro, look at Blockbuster Video.
Yeah.
Before Netflix, like do you guys remember on a Friday night like your parents or your friends like, "Hey man, let's go to Blockbuster. Let's go rent a game." And like the fact that you can walk down the aisle and look at all these cool titles and go to the video game section and just hold this stuff in your hand like I mean like I feel like we're in an era now where everything is going to be digital and like physical media. There's going to be nothing left. Like, have you guys seen the Book of Ellie, the movie with Denzel Washington?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Where like what was it? It was like the Bible or something. Like he
Yeah.
yeah. It
held
was a
the
Bible.
last. So like I mean even like with like the comic book industry isn't making that much money either. Like like newspapers. I'm really surprised that newspapers are still around because like you can get the news online. So like I don't know. I feel like we're in this era now where like everything is just going to
Shifting.
yeah, it's shifting, man. And which brings me to my next news segment, and it's like AMC theaters. I don't know if you guys been reading about what's going on with AMC because of the whole COVID thing, but AMC movie theaters, you have AMC and you have Regal, and
Mm-hmm.
AMC is like one of the biggest movie theater chains, and um, right now, because obviously you can't bring people into movie theater seats because of what's going on, and movie theater chains are gonna have to think about like how to keep people safe through COVID, whether it's like adding a glass in between you and the next person next to you,
Like
or
cubicles.
yeah, like cubicles, or like a certain amount of people, in the theater at once. But okay, every movie that was supposed to come out this year got pushed back to next
Oh
year.
yeah.
We had Ghostbusters
Or
Afterlife.
or and, and a lot of movies are literally gonna go straight to what you want to call it, stream. They're gonna go
Yeah.
straight to stream. Like they like the New Mutants movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not the comic book itself is not as popular as like according to the audience, like it's not as popular as like Avengers and shit like that. Like they're thinking about pushing it straight to like Movie Plus and all these other streaming
Mm-hmm.
services because like there's no purpose of going to the movie theater. I mean,
No. I
that's the
mean,
way the world is.
look, if I pay $700 to $1,000 now, look, your entertainment system is so light, people could just walk away with it. So you have, let's say, a curved surround sound system or Sonos paired in with Alexa. Then you have fiber optic, the fastest internet connection. And then you have, a 60 something or more inch like curved TV or whatever. Why would you even bother going to the parking lot of a place that now, when your car is left behind, it could get, robbed? So I might as well just stay home. I can hit pause. I can make whatever food I have. I'm not gonna pay $20 for a pack of peanuts, or you know, and I'm not gonna. And then now with all the germs and COVID, I don't want nobody with a low rate job touching my popcorn.
Hey man, you make $9 an hour. Hey man, I'm just trying to get to survive, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna have self serve popcorn. No man.
Funny things are like I'm a avid movie watcher. Like I
Me
love
too.
movie
Me too.
theaters. Like I love going to movie theaters. Right in New
Same
York,
here.
there's a movie theater. Yo, P, when you come to New York, I gotta show you the movie theater. You can well, hopefully it's still here, but hopefully and you can sit down. You can order a beer, food, popcorn, and like they got a lot of space. And then like somebody brings you the food, right? And then you can watch old movies at the theater, and you can watch like a few new ones, and like
Hmm.
a lot of indie films. That shit is awesome. I love watching movies.
Right.
That's one of the things I miss, like out of this whole COVID shit. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
miss like certain things. Like I miss walking into the movie theater,
Yeah.
going like on a Thursday night, which in New York, like the theater around my way, they pay you charge like $8 just to watch the film on a Thursday night, something like that. You go inside, you sit down, this fucking screen is humongous. You watch the movie, and you know what I'm saying, like sit, you go home or you go to an independent movie, which is like the best things to watch on screen. Anything like that is just awesome to see. That's the purpose of movie watching. Like you don't see it at home, you see it on screen. That's one of the things that
Yeah.
people are gonna start missing here in the world too. Like this is one of the experiences of watching film in general, which people are gonna like lose out on. You know,
I-
um, in movie watching, which
If they if
sucks.
if they if they take out the movie theaters, where are the kids gonna go fight at?
They already started here, like having in Long Island. They already started having like driving theaters.
Yeah.
And but you know what's so funny though? Doing this whole COVID thing, people gotta understand like um the whole social distancing thing. That shit is bullshit. Like, and I'm talking like not bullshit like conspiracy theory bullshit. I'm talking about like bullshit that people don't give a fuck bullshit. Because there's some people that like they'll go to like walk down the street or hang out in the park. People don't actually count how many feet they're all away
No.
from each other. Nobody walks around with a ruler going,
Nah.
oh, hold on a second, pull out the
Hey
ruler
man.
out and count
Hey
six
man, we gotta
feet.
we gotta be arm's length apart, man.
Armless, fuck you, armless apart. Like people don't do that. People don't walk around with a ruler in their hand all day, right? So, and here in New York is the same thing. Bars, the local areas on the weekends because people have no discipline in the United States. So if people are not gonna be sitting down like standing 6 feet apart of each other, people are not gonna do the same thing in a movie theater. Like,
No.
like either you give them, either people are gonna sit next to each other regardless at the end of the day with a mask on, or they're not gonna do it. Like it's just a fact. It's the way it is. Like nobody's walking around with a ruler. Like nobody's counting how many feet there are with each other. It's not happening. The only reason it is happening now is because the city of New York and the cities that we live in have saying you can't do this and you can't do that. Other than that, nobody gives a shit. And it's a fact. It's the way the world is right now.
Yeah, yeah, man. And you know what? Like I agree with what both you and P said. Like like P is like, okay, if we have to take the route where I have to buy a movie theater and watch it, in my home, if that's the way it's going, then okay. But 30, I also agree with you where like I'm an avid movie going, and it's like, Ghostbusters Afterlife got pushed back to next year because of everything that's going on, and like I was crossing my fingers, telling myself, please do not make this movie, streaming in home because I want to experience Ghostbusters 3. We're getting a Ghostbusters 3 sequel after
Mm-hmm.
like 35 years. A real sequel. And like I've been waiting as a kid and now I'm 38 years old as an adult and like I don't want to watch, you know, Ghostbusters 3 after waiting 35 years, in my home. I want to actually go to the theater, sit down, have that THX surround sound and experience that movie with a bunch of other people, strangers that you don't even know in a theater, man. And I'm hoping, because what happens is when movie studios, so the Troll movie, Troll Part 2,
Mm-hmm.
Trolls, the animated movie, Universal, and the Scooby Doo. So it was Trolls, the Scooby Doo movie, and The Invisible Man. They became home streaming movies from the movie studios. And I'm hoping that this isn't a trend with movie studios where now they're like, okay, forget the movie theaters. We're just going to go straight streaming at home because if movie theaters are gone, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really gonna miss it, man, because that's an experience that you can't duplicate a movie theater in your house, man.
I mean,
No matter,
I'll go to IMAX, but not no rundown spot.
yeah, man. That's movie theaters for me. Like I love movies, and that's an experience that like I just don't want to lose. So that's good to see both you guys' views and opinions on this.
Like
So
I miss how it was, but I'm not trying to see trailers about singular wireless data and car insurance. I want to see trailers. I don't want to see commercials.
when did when did that happen? Like I remember
Yo,
going to movie theaters and just when you sit down and it goes dark, it's just trailers. Now you sit down in a movie theater and you're getting commercials like
and
straight,
trailers. That's like
yeah,
an
and
extra
trailers.
10 minutes on top of you
That's
waiting
what's
for your movie.
that's what's gonna make people not want to go anymore because now they're trying to push more advertisement. Anything you do or touch is all advertisement. So imagine like if I'm going to some low budget movie that's not famous, do you suffer from suicidal thoughts, nausea, heartburn, indigestion, and diarrhea? Take these pills. Blah blah blah. I don't want to hear that.
Like man,
Yeah.
I'm at the movie theaters. Like I'm
But
It's
trying
funny.
to.
but now you don't even have to watch trailers at the movie theater because you just go on YouTube. So while you're sitting there, half the people are on their phone. Like there's
Yeah.
nothing really to keep people engaged.
Because
Yeah, that's true.
the indie movie theaters that I go to, they just do trailers. They don't
Right.
do the commercials because like they're not getting paid for that. But the major ones like the AMC and the major theaters, they do the trailers and that same fucking popcorn commercial. Like some famous star goes, yeah, I sponsored these two students to do this film, but it's the same film. It's the same film as the last film, but it just got two different other students. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my god, man. Yeah. Like I
So,
see, I don't understand when we started getting commercials. Like I'm like, why is there a Progressive Insurance commercial playing at the movie theaters? Like I don't want to see Geico. I don't want to see Progressive. Like show me the movie trailers and let's start this movie because like, you know, the movie will say like, oh, 9:15 p.m. the movie starts, but the movie actually starts at 9:30 because now
yeah.
you're sitting through like 15, 20 minutes of freaking commercials, man. Hey man, does your prostate hurt?
Oh.
Do you have hemorrhoids?
I ain't gonna front. That shit actually works out for me because like I'm always at the movies. I always get to the movie theaters late.
Yeah,
so,
right.
so I walk right in like, oh, that's second commercial number 2.
Oh my god. So yeah, man. So our last segment of the first episode before we end is Bill and Ted 3. We are getting a sequel to Bill and Ted. And my God, like, is this like the summer of 80s movies? Wild Stallions! Like, we're supposed to get Ghostbusters Afterlife. We're getting a Bill and Ted. We're getting a Top Gun. Supposedly, I'm hearing we might get another Beverly Hills Cop movie. Like, this is and another Coming to America. The
Yep.
Oh,
80s.
that's already been shot.
Oh man, like I feel like the
It's going
80s.
out on Netflix.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, they what's his name? I saw an interview with Eddie Murphy, and they were shooting it already. Like they shot it like in Tyler Perry's movie
Oh, movie
studio,
studio.
and they were already there. It's already been done because it's going straight to Netflix. It's not a theater movie.
Oh, I didn't even know that, man. So
Yeah, I
that's
saw interviews with him because they were all like him. A lot of original actors are there, and there's a photo out there on the internet, and it's all of them together with like Will Smith. But Will Smith wasn't in the movie, but he was shooting Fat Bad Boys, and that shit was like last year, so they already did it, which is kind of exciting.
Oh man, that's awesome, man. So like, I saw the trailer to the Bill and Ted 3, and like, did you guys see the trailer?
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, that shit was exciting.
So all right, I don't know about you guys, but like, I felt like it wasn't even a trailer. I felt like it was a teaser because the trailer was only a minute long. Like, not even like, and like, I'm not gonna lie, there was not really a lot of funny parts to it. Like, I think the only funny part for me was like when the guy told them be excellent to each other, and they just like looked at each other, and I was excited to see Def. Def is back in the
Right.
trailer. I saw him at the end, so that's awesome that Def is back with Bill and Ted. But like, I don't know, like I want to see this movie. I'm excited for this movie, but I just felt like the trailer was only a minute long, and I had to see a lot more, man. Now I will tell you this: um, is it me, or does Keanu Reeves looks older in this movie?
He
Yeah, I
sounds
mean Yeah, because remember, Keanu Reeves like what, 51?
He's like 55, 54,
Are
55,
you
I think.
sure?
I well,
You gotta Google that.
we gotta Google that, man. We gotta Google Keanu Reeves' age,
I'm gonna
man.
Google that shit right now.
But Alex Winter, who plays Keanu Reeves' friend, his co-star in Bill and Ted, man. Like, I feel like Alex Winter just came off from playing his character because I haven't seen Alex Winter in another movie
Right.
in such a long time, man. And it's like,
Oh, he's
okay,
55.
he's 55. So, guys, think about it this way: Keanu Reeves is 55. Alex Winter is pretty much around the same age. And the problem with Bill and Ted is that they're playing two characters who were supposed to be teenagers, who were supposed to be like wild and crazy and very outgoing. These are 55-year-old guys that have to reprise roles of characters who are meant to act like that. So like, did you guys see Dumb and Dumber 2, Part
Yep.
2?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
I really didn't like it as much because, like, again, there Jim Carrey and what's his name that plays
Jeff Daniels.
yeah, Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels have to play these wacky, outgoing characters at their ages, and it's like it's not like Ghostbusters, for example. Yes, there's a Ghostbusters 3 coming out, but if you think about it, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, and Bill Murray, their characters are scientists. They're not really wacky, outgoing guys. They're playing scientists. So no matter what age you are, you can always come back and reprise that role as a scientist. But you got Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter at 55 years old coming back, trying to act like they're 19 years old, man. So I'm like, dude, like, whoa, death, man. Oh, right. Wow, stallions. Like
Keanu Reeves, I don't know, just from that 1-2 lines, he didn't sound too surfish, too Point Breakish. He sounded like John Wick about to kill Ted.
John Wick's gonna kill Ted.
I mean, I know the storyline is like years later, and they still never wrote that song.
But wait a minute, hold on a second. They're saying in this movie that they never wrote the greatest song ever, but Bill and Ted Part 1 was with Napoleon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bill and Ted 2 was with Def, and they had to trick Def playing the Monopoly game and the board games, and then Def becomes a part of them. And in Bill and Ted 2, they do play the greatest song ever because it ends with the greatest song ever. So I'm so confused because in Bill and Ted 3, they're saying, no, you never did play like the greatest song ever. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Bill and
No,
Ted 2.
they in 2 they won the battle of the bands.
Right.
That, but you remember they had to go into the future. No, they had to go into the past. No, my bad. I think they had to go into the past to learn how to play guitars, how to play instruments, to come back, or in the future, I can't remember now, and then come back and then win the battle of the bands, right? And then that point in the battle of bands, that's when they became famous. And then they supposed to write the greatest song, whatever, and then they supposed to change the world, but they never really changed the world. Like, they never wrote the song to change the world.
Is it me, or when it comes to like time traveling movies, it gets confusing and you feel like a scientist? Well, like, wait a minute. So in Bill and Ted 2, they go back in time. Then in Part 1, then they come back to the future. I feel like when like writers are making these like time traveling movies,
they can just add whatever they want.
Yeah, especially with Back to the Future, man. Back to the Future is one of the greatest like time traveling movies ever. And like, I read a quote from Robert Zemeckis, who was a director of Back to the Future, where he was saying that when they were sitting down writing the script for Back to the Future, they had to make sure that everything makes sense because, hey, Marty McFly goes back to 1950, then he goes back to the future to 2015 in Part 2. But then when he leaves in Part 2 to go back to the future, he never left to the future because he sees Doc in Part 2 still. Then Doc has to figure out how to send him back to the future. It's like you have to be a quantum scientist just to figure out like what the hell is going on, man.
But, when it comes down to time travel in most movies, they basically make up the science behind that.
The
There's no
science.
science. Like whatever the science is, like Avengers had their own science behind time travel. Um, Back to the Future had their own science behind time travel.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
Bill and Ted, same thing. Like each movie has their own science behind it, so that's why they can just make it up. And I actually do think that like when they come up, I think that when they write the first one back in the 80s, they didn't think about, oh, we're gonna make another one. It was mostly like, oh shit, now we gotta make another one. Like then they had, then they have to make up the new script for it. Like it's like, oh, we never thought it would make a second one.
Like Time Cop 2 with Van Damme.
Oh.
Why the hell did they make a Time Cop 2, man?
No, I'm just saying if they did. Did they make one?
Oh, I hope they don't, because I'll poke my damn eyes out if they do. Listen, the only best part of Time Cop was when he does that split, because the water is streaming into the kitchen with electricity, and he does that split like, yeah.
with the showcasing that mullet.
Oh my God, man. But yeah, man, I don't know. Bill and Ted 3, man, like I'm excited. I'm a little bit worried because I just don't know about Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter reprising roles at their age, man. You know what's funny, man? I feel like Bill and Ted 3 is this right here. It's the Golden Girls theme song.
Oh man.
They're about to end up in a nursing home. Bill and Ted 3, they go back in time to a nursing home. That's how old they are.
I want to see how it turns out. You know what? I'm happy that they got all the actors.
Yeah. I'm really happy about that, man. So I don't know, man. We'll see, man. So we'll see what happens with Bill and Ted 3. But so that is the news portion segment of Cereal Box Pride podcast. Man, we talked about a lot of things, man. We talked about the quarantine, the COVID, how we're doing. We talked about our 4 time capsules and the PS5, Bill and Ted 3, AMC movie theaters. This has been, for the first episode of Cereal Box Prize, I think it was a really good episode, man. And man, we did dabble into the Bionic Man. Oh man, did we go in on Bionic Man in this episode?
Yo, that the next episode, right? We gotta go into like South Park, because this show is like iconic, man. Like non-stop comedy, like the dumb shit that these people write about and they get away with, and this cartoon, man. I just cannot stop laughing.
No, yeah. Oh my God, yeah, man. So next episode, for the audience listening out there right now, we have a very special guest on the next episode because, like I said, we are also avid toy collectors, and this Friday at 9:00, I will be interviewing Ben from Transformerland.com. Transformerland.com. You guys want to check it out? The website. I've ordered lots of toys from there. Kenner Mask series was, for those who know that don't remember, Mask from 1980s. Mask spelled MASK for Mobile Armored Strike Command. And it was a cartoon show in the 80s where the vehicles would transform into like flying vehicles, or a motorcycle will transform into like a flying helicopter, or a helicopter will turn into a jet. So I ended up ordering a bunch of toys from them. I also ordered a Soundwave. So I'm going to be interviewing Ben from Transformerland. We're going to get into toys. We're going to get into cartoons. We're going to get into a lot of stuff into the next episode of Cereal Box Prize. So please tune in to Cereal Box Prize. If you love this episode and you liked it, please comment. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, man. Like, we appreciate the subscribers. And yeah, man. So I'm Steve Garcia, and I'm signing off with Ariel/30. And I'm signing off with Pete, aka Pete. And this has been the first episode of Cereal Box Prize Podcast, the podcast where we serve you 3 scoops of pop culture. And we're signing off.
Peace.
Engage.